Hey, sixth graders, welcome back. It's week 5, Wednesday, May 6th. Today, we're continuing studying World War I, and our topic is loyalty and patriotism. Your job today is to consider what loyalty and patriotism means to you, what the experience of German Americans in Minnesota during World War I was. Describe an argument about patriotism and how it affects us today after reading the passage. Complete your assignment in Schoology. By the way, propaganda posters assigned yesterday are due tomorrow. You'll submit them in tomorrow's folder, and then join my Google Meets for presenting your raft. So yesterday's propaganda poster or project was look for an existing World War I propaganda poster. Feel free to edit it, or you can create your own one, and then be prepared to decide what type of propaganda is being used, and then explain that. And you'll be doing that in the discussion in which you submit your poster for your project. So today's question, what does loyalty to one's country mean? Does loyalty reflect only one opinion, or can you be loyal with a different opinion? And who gets to define loyalty or patriotism? So loyalty, here's some definitions I found. Your feelings of support or duty towards someone or something. That's in dictionary.cambridge.org. Or in general use, it is a devotion and faithfulness to a nation, cause, philosophy, country, group, or person. Found that in Wikipedia. So to what do you show loyalty? Friends, pro sports teams, family, beliefs, our state, our country. How do you show loyalty? Well, I think there's different ways people show loyalty. So patriotism or being patriotic. So the definition is loyalty to one's country. So what does being patriotic look like? What does it mean to be loyal to your country? And this is something that we're going to examine today in our study. And can you be patriotic and disagree about how our country is doing things? Even today, this evokes strong feelings. Now, the Commission of Public Safety was set up during World War I, and it had its own definition of loyalty, which was the test of loyalty in war times is whether a man is wholeheartedly for the war and subordinates everything else to its successful prosecution. So basically, you're loyal if all your efforts are toward the war. And the CPS, they oversee the state's war effort. It was known for cracking down on Minnesotans suspected of disloyalty. And people were expected to make winning the war their main concern. Here's a propaganda poster from the Commission of Public Safety. And they used a number of definitions or statements I thought were kind of interesting about how can you help your country. One topic I thought was interesting. It says the worst slacker is the man who is not only willing to let others face bullets on the battlefield, but refuses to give. Interesting how you use the term slacker. Or here, plan to avoid waste, particularly staples. Cut out extravagance of dress and diet. So extravagance, so it's basically telling you to trim back your purchase of maybe fancy clothes or fancy food. The booster is Uncle Sam's best friend. So a booster is someone who's supporting the war. They're saying support the war by buying Uncle Sam's bonds, like war bonds, and other things. So this is propaganda used by the Commission of Public Safety. Now, German Americans and loyalty during World War I. So Germany was the primary enemy of the US during World War I, and many people from Germany actually moved to the US earlier. And these German Americans were often targets of the CPS. The CPS censored or limited what German language newspapers could write, and it discouraged German music. Why would you want to discourage polka? I mean, come on. The CPS affected many Minnesotans because so many were from Germany. And I'm going to continue this video on part 2, so please join part 2.